Okay, so in a previous tutorial, I showed you how you can poly paint. In this one, I just want to show you how you can paint some skin tones because it makes your model look very interesting. Maybe you're making Hellboy, something like that. So yeah, this is a good thing to know. It doesn't require you to have any UV unwrapping knowledge or anything like that. This is just for fun. It doesn't take a lot of time. This is just to make your model look more interesting. Yeah, I just like painting my model and having some colors instead of just having a white sculpt on the skin. Yeah, this looks good. So what you want to do is just pick a base color and throw in a base skin color. And then what you want to do is just add in some reds. So where do we add the reds? We add reds on the cheeks, just gently on the nose. And basically the skin has so many colors, so many, it just has a lot of things. You don't want it to have a solid color. So just pick some colors and throw it around your model. Whenever you pick red, just throw it around the cheeks, around the nose, around the ears, around the neck. And it's going to look good. Don't worry. Okay. Also, let's just pick the skin color again. And now this time I'm just going to subtly make it less prominent. I'm going to pick a darker but a more saturated color for the lips. It just works though. This is very brown. So let's just redo this. Let's pick this color of the cheek. So we added a bit of a red. Let's just throw in this color. And yeah, this looks fine. We also can make some contours. I like making contours. So just throw in a darker color here around the nose area. And this is a bit of a cheating. You're making shadows, but it works. It's a good thing to do. Also, let's pick a darker skin color because we have dark circles. And you're going to see that it adds a lot to your character. It's going to look much more realistic. Sometimes you can't really figure out whether you made a good sculpt or not, but adding in some colors, making it more familiar to your eyes, it helps. So once we have these basic colors, let's just pick the skin color. Let's make it less saturated and let's decrease the value. So this makes it gray, but when we paint, it makes it look like it's blue. So this is a cool illusion. And we do this because we want to paint the hair follicles. So wherever men have hair follicles, even when they shave, you can still see some hues, some subtle colors of where the beard is, where the hair is. So yeah, just use a less saturated color of the skin and make it darker in value. And then just color pick that color and throw it on the head. Make the hairline. So I'm making the hairline over here. It gets sharp as it reaches the temple, then it comes down. Okay, just roughly, very roughly, I'm making this features of the hair. And this just gives you a very interesting perspective of your character. So I'm just adding in these subtle blue hints where the beard, where the mustache would be. Also, we have hair around the neck. So you can start to see that this looks very cool and it doesn't take a lot of time. We've only been doing this for 4 minutes. Yeah, this is just a fun thing to know. Also, I wanted you to know how to make skin tones, how to paint skin. It's just a cool thing to know. And when you make characters, you can just quickly add in some skin colors. Yeah, this is just for fun. This is just for fun. Why not? Also, how to make the eyes. So let's just hop onto the eyes, hover on the eyes, press Alt Q, and you're going to notice that you can't really paint on the eyes. That is because the eyes have very less resolution. And the way poly paint works is the higher the poly is, if your character is higher poly, you have more resolution to paint on. The higher the poly. So pick the eyes. Let's add a subdivision modifier. So just press Ctrl 3 and then apply the subdivision modifier. Now let's paint them. Just pick a very subtle. Let's pick the skin tone. Let's go back to the eyes. Let's make the value maximum. Let's reduce the saturation a bit because the eyes are not solid red, solid white. They're a bit grayish, a bit darker. So yeah, this looks good. Now let's pick a black color. Let's go to the front view, make the brush smaller. And here's the tip. If you try to paint the eyeballs very close, your character is just going to look a bit psychotic. So just go pretty far and then just try to paint it from here. This will give you a much more natural look. It makes it easier for you to judge how big the eyeballs should be. Okay, this looks fine. Now let's pick a color of the eye that you want. If you want brown eyes, just pick brown. Let's give him brown eyes and make a smaller circle inside the black circle. Now pick the black color again and make the pupil. And here's something I learned from Speedjar, from Nico. So pick a black color and very subtly, very lightly, just paint a shadow on the eyes. Now this is faking it, but it gives it a very interesting look. Also under the eye. So there you have it. You just quickly painted a skin tone for your character. This just makes it very interesting. I like doing this. It's an optional step, but yeah, I like doing it. And I want you to try it out as well. So just try this. I'm sure you will enjoy this. You can skip this if you want. And I'll see you in the next video.